So today is February 6th, 2023. I'm filming and then I found out I ran out of memory on my phone. So I can't finish that film. So I can't edit anything. So I just have to give a quick live stream and make a topic out of it. I know there's no people here, but then I hope that when you guys see this, you could leave a comment down below. So today I am going to talk about ano bang pag-uusapan natin ngayon? Hi, Brad Glasgow. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing okay. How are you doing there in your area? I'm doing okay. Actually, I'm doing fine. I'm doing laundry. I have a day off today. So I'm trying to film something and I just found out my phone ran out of not battery. My phone ran out, literally ran out of memory. So I filmed something earlier and then I'm probably gonna edit it later today, sometimes today. And I just wanna yammer. uh how are you doing? I hope everybody's okay. That's good. So you got a day off today, or you don't have a job today? What's going on? Um, I'm really disappointed. I'm really annoyed because I ran out of battery, not battery, but memory on my phone. So I am here now. Gonna talk about a bomb. So I don't work today. I'm supposed to be working. I'm supposed to be talking about. I know this is like cheesy topic today that I was gonna put on my blog. I was gonna put about Filipinas who like aiming or wanted to have a white foreigner boyfriend. It could be a white boyfriend or a black boyfriend or whatever, but then or hunting for a partner. This is in regards to a video that I saw on TikTok about Passport Bro. I don't really know much about that group of guys, but then it seems like they're like the kind of guys who had it with white women. I don't know if this is even appropriate to talk about. A lot of people are like, well, I'm one of them, Brett. Guilty here. Unfortunately. Yeah. So it kind of blown me away. Just watching the video. This is like was trending like a week or 2 weeks ago about the woman. She's an African American woman who made a comment about the guys who goes outside United States and looking for a prospective wife, or I don't know, maybe just want to get laid or just want to have a girlfriend or whatever, have a good time. So anyway, and then some women here in the US reacted to that, and then they said that, oh, they want to go to the Philippines, they wanted to go to third world country with women who don't speak English, who's not educated, and then just wanted you for your money or passport or green visa or whatever, green card. But I just have a reaction to that. It's just, I would say not all of us probably, I don't know, because I came here through family immigration and I didn't have to go through that where I have to marry a foreigner, old foreigner, and come in this country. But it's just so appalling that another woman actually would react to that and say, that is not always true. Yeah, it's true. Like I'm not really offended because I'm not into those. Like I truly understand where she's coming from, why is she really upset about it, but then I'm thinking, geez, growing up in the Philippines and knowing the kind, if you it came from, if you yeah, the judging part, well, I'm not even gonna judge anyone, but then I just have to, I'm not trying to prove something, but then I just wanted to relay that not everyone wanted to come to the US or abroad, Australia or UK, just to marry a rich white man. I'm always been a white man person. My ex was a white guy. I never dated a Filipino. I don't know. It's just I'm not judgy about Filipino, but I have a thing for white guy, really, and that's just me. And I'm not saying it to be like uh, a little bit raunchy or anything like that. But then it's just there's something about white guy that I like. And first of all, I just like a yes or no attitude. I'm not even gonna go there. It's just they're not. They're just not in. I'm not into that though. Like there's a lot of good, handsome, good-looking white. I mean, Black American guys, but then they don't really appeal to me. Like let's go back to the Filipino culture. It's just this is why reason why I went on live stream because I can't film it and I can't edit it. It's just some women in the Philippines have probably also felt the same way. Like they're fed up with Filipino men, I guess, because since I never dated one, so I couldn't really compare. But then my dad was Filipino, and I've seen him treat my mother when I was like young, and I just don't want to go through that for some reason. And then to add insult to the injury, when I tried to date a Filipino man, like to go out with them, only went once, and I just didn't like it because there's always gotta be why bossy, why do you have to be so. He's a little cocky side. That was supposed to be my first date. I'm glad it was like a double we are loving and caring. I think by nature are, but there are certain things part of that, I guess, because maybe because my mindset was, like what they say, women and men will never ever gonna be equal. They said, and then and we know that even here in the U.S. we know that men are still they still get paid more compared to women in general. We know that, but there's some things in the house in a Filipino household that I just couldn't stand the bossiness of men, Filipino men. Like I cannot really sorry. I love Filipino guys. I love my Filipino friends, but it's just I just cannot stand how when I go to a family gatherings and when I would go talk to my Filipino friends, we talk about they compare notes on Filipino men and I just can't. I can't do it. I just don't like also the fact that we have to in the house women tends to do all the labor, like you have to do the laundry, you have to cooking, the cleaning, everything while men go to work. I mean, I do understand that and take care of the kids, but at the end of your term when your kids are already grown and they have family and everything, well, Filipino women has to do. I mean, what is your role in the family? I mean, did you have anything like can you actually have your own freedom, like go on a trip without being bossed around by a guy? So, oh my god. So that's one thing that I'm afraid of when, if I ever married a Filipino man or date a Filipino man, I just don't want to be. And I'm not saying I'm bossy, I just have my mind of my own. So that's the reason why I like hanging around with a white guy, because it's a yes or no thing, and they don't push you around like you're a maid or anything like that. No, I can't do that. Like, gosh, I'm sorry. I know I'm pretty much gonna offend people when they see this live stream, but then let's go back to passport bros. So on the Filipino side, I think women just wanted to have a better life. You have your likes and this taste in men. Yeah, that's true though. Everybody does. And the bottom line is we wanted to have a better life. Like we wanted to have a better quality of life, I guess. So for most women who goes to a different country, some of us work. Like literally you have to work. And then like for instance, you hear the term OFW where they work on other countries like the non-US ones, because I don't think there's any OFWs here in the US. It's always has to be like, Saudi Arabia, UK, like any Muslim countries, any non-Christian countries, they have to work there as a house help or nurse or something else for men and women. So they tend to send money to go back to the Philippines. And then if you're here in the US, it's totally different because most Filipino women that I know are married to white guys. It's just most of the time, if they're not working, they just stay home and then they stay home and they take care of the kids. And some do work. But I really wanted to know what's on this mind, what on the mind of the women that actually, the ones that actually marry the older ones, like what is it really the reason? Should actually ask that. That's kind of icky question. But then the thing was, do you really want to marry an old man just to get to the US? I mean, do you really have to? Okay, that's really out of the topic already, Brett. But this is ridiculous. I mean, like this is 2023 and I couldn't believe that woman actually said that. Like men goes to the other country because they wanted to be married. They wanted to marry a woman who is submissive. I mean, like pretty much being submissive. It's not being submissive. It's just us being Asian, being Chinese, being Filipinos, being Cambodian or whatever. It's just us. We're pretty much, reared to be mothers, to be wives and all that. And American women can't even do that. Like, they wanted to be the boss. They wanted to be this. They want to be this. And I can't believe one person actually said, "Oh, you have to show me your W-2. You have to show me your bank account." Like things like that. Your criminal record. I'm like, "Oh my God, before you can even date her." I'm like, "Girl, that's a lot. That's a lot to digest. That's a lot." So that gives a lot of pressure to an American or anybody who's like Caucasian who wanted. I always defend it. Thank you for doing that, Brett. Like, thank you so much for being that. But then on my side, because I can speak for myself, I literally could actually like, maybe I don't care. I have a Filipino friends. You have a lot of Filipino friends, you mean, Brett? I mean, I can actually defend myself. Like, it's either my thinking is, if it doesn't bother me, it doesn't concern me, I'm not even gonna argue about it because it has nothing to do with me. But for a lot of women, Filipino women, we're I have to say in general, we're sensitive and we don't like being judged. We're so afraid to judge, and we're so afraid to um like, people are judgy, and some people like me, I don't really care. I don't really care if I get judged because of my color or because of my accent or because why am I in this country. But a lot of Filipino women, they're very sensitive too. Like and let me just speak in Filipino real quick. Sana man kung may naririnig kayo na ginajudge kayo ng mga puti or mga ibang tao or whatsoever, anong lahi, just don't take it as a serious thing. It has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with kasalanan niya ng mga nagja-judge. So kung talagang gusto mo ng apam, go for it. Pero one thing I could tell you is work on yourself first. Paano pa? I do have an accent, Brent. It's really strong. Like, it doesn't come out now because I'm talking to you. But I have to tell women, Filipino women especially, because it's the title of my blog, my live stream right now is "So You Really Want An Afam." Afam is a term about you guys, white guys, or anybody who's foreign, I guess. If you really want to have an afam or a white boyfriend, or your prospect is to marry a white guy, first of all, you just have to be careful on who you talk to or who you deal with, because you don't want to deal with. Hope your finder is a white man. I actually have a boyfriend right now. I currently have a boyfriend, and I try not to. I try not to include him in my blog, and I think anything that has to do with personal stuff, like relationship, anything like that, I'd rather not talk. I'd rather not talk about it on my blogs. We've been dating for 2.5 years, and I don't want to include him in my blogs because to me, anything that has to do with my personal relationship with my man is totally private. But in all other aspects, whatever I've been talking about, like my ex, my son, it's out in the open. But I would protect my current relationship right now. I would protect it as much as I can, because people doesn't have to know that. Pero teka muna, tapusin muna natin usapan natin. So kung may mga nanonood man dito na Pilipino, na mga babae, kung gusto niyo talaga ng apam, ang masasabi ko lang, huwag kayong padalos-dalos. Make sure na kilalanin niyo muna. Kailangan huwag kayong magpapasilaw kasi gwapo siya or maganda accent niya, maganda mata, blue eyes, whatsoever, green eyes, whatever, things like that. Kasi minsan may mga puti na they love to sugarcoat things and sometimes hindi rin sila honest sa mga bagay-bagay. So it's very important to keep things out on the open. Masasabi ko rin, keep it to yourself na rin. Yung ibig sabihin, hindi sa lahat ng bagay ipapakita nyo sa kanila. Like, you don't show everything to them, like whatever your personal stuff or whatever. You don't have to be 100% honest about everything. What I'm saying is, itabi nyo rin para sa sarili nyo, para pag nakikailangan, kilalanin nyo muna siya ng gusto. Kung gusto niya umuwi ng Pilipinas, magkita kayo, mag-date kayo sa labas, kilalanin nyo muna kahit nagaano ka pa kalibog. I mean, meet them at your own discretion. Talagang you're an adult, you should protect yourself at the same time. And masasabi ko lang, marami sila dyan. At hindi lahat ng parang mukhang gold ay gold. Marami po sa kanila ay tanso din. So, kailangan protektahan nyo rin yung sarili nyo. And the same thing with white guys. So, I just mentioned that Filipino women should, get to know them first and be honest, but not totally 100% honest about everything. Like, you have to tell them everything, even the last name or date of birth of your cousin or whatever, things like that. You need to get to know them first. I think it's vice versa, and make sure that you're honest about your intention, because pretty much a lot of Filipino women, I'm pretty sure they wanted to have like a husband, foreigner husband, just to have a better life. But then a lot of them just wanted to have a companion, love and companion, things like that. Filipino women are very complicated too, guys. Like, we don't say much, but then we have a lot inside our head. We're not only thinking about, is he gonna love me? Is he gonna accept me for who I am? Yes, you have to be honest first off. But not everything you have to air out, since you're only like on a dating stage. See, the thing nowadays is like, people don't go out anymore on a date. Like, it's mostly like, they meet online, and then they ended up like spilling everything. Lahat na lang i-spill. Lahat na lang kukwento, ganito, ganyan, ganito, hanggang sometimes it goes to the point na pera na ang pinag-uusapan. And that relationship shouldn't start with pera. It has something to do with, hey, what do you like to do? Ganon, ganyan. Old-fashioned thing. Like, what do you like to do? What do you like? They always ask. Internet is really sucky. Oh, did we stop on 18? Are we on? Are we back on? Sorry, we're back on. What else I could say? Basta. Yung vlog na to kasi, yung live stream na to is just like, hindi tungkol sa akin, pero yung share ko lang kung anong makakatulong, kasi marami, di ba, sometimes there are like some people who would ask me, would say me, hanap mo naman akong boyfriend, go find me a boyfriend, go find me a foreigner boyfriend. I'm like, girl, I don't even have like a finest boyfriend, or whatever. But all I'm saying is, marami sila dyan, at hindi lang naman talaga internet lahat makikita. You show yourself outside. Lumabas ka, makipagkilo ka, kilala ka, kilatasin mo muna ng maigi. And then, unahin mo muna yung sarili mo. Ano ba talagang goal mo sa buhay? Anong gusto mo? Do you want to work, or do you want to be just in the house? Like, anong gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo? Gusto mo lang ba na nakabahay ka lang, nakabalanda ka lang sa bahay, wala kang ginagawa? Life is really short. You know what I mean? Life is really short. And then, if you really wanna be with an afam, you better have like a certain goal. Like, masarap maging mapagmahal, masarap magmahal, pero kailangan, at the same time, okay, let's go back to English. It's good to be loved. It's good to give love. But the first thing is, you have to have that feeling that you always feel like you're comfortable. Not because kasi afam siya, he knows better than Filipino guy or whatever. But anything like that. But ewan ko, I couldn't really compare Filipino man. But all I'm saying is, it's already 20 minutes and I'm yapping. And then, thank you so much for watching. Whoever you are in there, please say something. Drop your comment, drop your line, whatever, so we can make another topic next time. So, Thank you so much for being here. Everyone and everyone. So every okay, here's the thing. Everybody wants to be loved. That's true. And all I can say as a Filipina, let's set aside my American side here for now. When I was young, when I was like in my 20s, the only thing that I ever wanted is to get married. To get married and have kids and love my future husband and everything. But that didn't happen. I dated and I dated. Everything is like I probably dated the wrong guy, whatever. And then to the point that I had a kid and still not married. And then I ended up breaking up. He broke up with me first, I think, because he had enough. He chose to be with another person at that time. But I have no regrets. I have no regrets with that almost 20-year relationship. Peter, Barbara, hello from Australia. Hello, Peter. How are you doing, my dear? Good morning, matey. I hope you're doing fine. I'm talking about nonsense here about white guys. I'm giving tips for my fellow Filipina on about white guys. And to be honest, um, probably I'm maybe not the expert, but I'm just giving these younger girls an advice. And I am not pro West. I am not like trying to go against having my morning coffee. It's actually 11, almost 12 o'clock here in Hawaii. So I still have my coffee and it's already cold. And then I had papaya for breakfast, and that's all I wanted to eat for now. And then I'll have lunch later with a friend of mine. So I was talking about I'm talking to Brett regarding you know the topic was actually about, so you really want to afam, meaning like, so you really want to have a white guy. So I'm referring to Filipino women. So I'm just giving them a short tip. I couldn't really film it. I just have to do a live stream because I ran out of memory on my phone. It's only 12 p.m. for you. It is only 12 p.m. for you. It's actually 12 p.m. Yeah, 12 p.m. Sorry, I said 12 a.m. But then it's 12 p.m. here in Hawaii, and it's really humid and hot. We had stormy weather this past few days here in Honolulu, but then I'm glad that today the sun is actually out, and it's about probably 80, mid 80s right now. So yeah, 2:02 p.m. here. Yeah, so what else is going on? Have you seen that thing on the news today? The no, not today. That was like yesterday, or was it the weekend? Like they have like a Chinese balloon flying on U.S. horizon, and I'm pretty sure. This is off the topic. I'm pretty sure this is not even just the balloon in the U.S. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, the earthquake in Turkey. Was it Turkey or Lebanon? Turkey. And there's like about 7.8 magnitude. Oh my God, that's terrible. This is actually like what, the second time that they had a big earthquake? Like 10 years ago in 2009. Was it 2009 that they had the earthquake? It's really sad actually that happened to that country, because aren't they like supposed to be the peaceful one? Turkey and Syria. Is that like a conflict country? Like they're like having like wars and everything. I'm sorry, I wasn't really following the news a lot, but yeah, it's really sad. I try not to I've seen it on TikTok. I don't watch TV, you guys. I only watch like the news, like maybe 2023 2350 people have been found dead so far. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's more. And the sad part about that country is I think the geography is a little off. So it's, and then I don't know. I don't know what it's looked like underneath it. It's just more like, like how around Pacific we have Ring of Fire. So literally, like for instance, California, I'm afraid they're saying that they're due for a big one. And pretty much Hawaii, we have volcanoes here and we have earthquakes too, but then probably we're so used to that. And then we don't have a major ones. So also in the Philippines, they have earthquakes too, because they're pretty much at the edge, close to Mariana's Trench, probably next to Mariana's Trench. And then it's like it's like a disaster waiting to happen, and it's just hoping that the world's not gonna end soon, because I wanted to go on vacation. No, I wanted to go on retirement. I want to live until I get retired, my god. So yeah, so thank you for being here, you guys. I know there's like two people here, and I'm just glad that I'm off from work. Jesus, I actually was tired, and I just don't want to go back to work anymore, but I have no choice because I have bills to pay. And I don't know what else to say. I'm just, it just bothers me. Like, things like that on social media is supposed to be, I'm not worried, I'm not supposed to be affected, but then sometimes it's just so unreal that some people would have the audacity to uh, say something like that amongst women. And you know what's the sad part too is because the woman who actually said that, she's a woman of color, where, as we know, for many years they're struggling for freedom, they're struggling for equality, and yet they have the, you know the nerve to say something negative to another women of color. And to me it's just ridiculous. Washington is also due for, isn't that, you guys have like, you guys are close to, what is that mount, I forgot, there's like a volcano near, was it Oregon, uh Helena, Mount Helena, is that the one that exploded in, was it in 1980 or 1981? Panga, how are you? Good morning. Maria Rosario says San Andreas Fault. The California is overdue for a big earthquake. From what I understand, they have uh I'm pretty sure they're preparing for that. Good morning. Good morning, darling. Kamusta ka na? Wala na kasi ako. I don't have the ano anymore. The StreamYard. Mount St. Helens, that's right. Mount St. Helens. It exploded, isn't that like 1981? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you were already born by then, Brad. How old were you? 1 years old back then? And then we have volcanoes here too. We have uh Mauna Kea and Mount 1980. Yes. Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa. No work. Day off mo ngayon. Sayang, wala akong StreamYard. Yeah. So would have been nice if anong tawag doon, aray ko. I have a arthritis on this shoulder. I have a um little, not little, but then there's a term for that, like some sort of arthritis on my shoulder na. Wala ka work? Ay, wala, sister, wala. Naantay ko lang si Jowa. Pupunta dito mamaya, magdadala ng lunch. Alam mo na. So, nakita mo yung topic ko. I'm talking about, so you really wanna have an apam. I was talking to Breath about it earlier. I gave like a little earlier, I gave a little bit tips for those women who wanted to have a white boyfriend. And another tips for the white guys too. For those ones that are not actually married yet, or looking or intending to have a Filipina girlfriend or wife or whatever, you have to prepare yourself as well, because you're really in for something really good once you're actually, and this is probably one of the guarantee coming from me. Well, us Filipina, we only have, my work ako early and work 7:30 a.m. I am papasok ka mamaya. We only have simple things anyway. We wanna be, ano bang gusto natin, Maria? We wanna be respected, we wanna be, appreciated, and you have to pray for tampo. See, the thing with a tampo, I don't know, cause I can say I still have the tampo, but then as I get older, parang as if I don't do as much tampo anymore. But then it will take only like probably one certain word that will come out from a guy's mouth, and then I will end up having tampo. But I'm not gonna be like sulking and then not talking for like a day or so, or you really have to like work your ass off to make me not go to do the tampo. I don't know, that's just me. Maybe I would just say, you know what, forget the tampo part. That's not actually gonna solve anything. But we really like to 7:30 p.m. may dinner ang amo ko gabi. My God, sister, late na ako. Oh my gosh. Di ba sabi mo, papauwi ka na rin for good sa Pilipinas pretty soon? How I wish that I could actually go on retirement, sister. I'm talking about it on my blog and actually filmed it. Like, how can somebody give me hint sa blog ko na I was still gonna edit about it. Can somebody give me hint on how to to retire in the Philippines, to go back? Kasi once you live outside the country for so long, your mindset change and there are things that you need to prepare for. uh, how to welcome myself back into my own home country. Oh God, I don't know. I have 10 more years of working my butt off here in the United States, so I can't really. Oh my God, gosh, I'm situating myself here near the window and then next to my bed. Um, ano ba yung sasabihin natin? Parang, sis, I couldn't really, I drive women buang because I don't do tampo. I think most foreigner guys, I think most white guys or any guys from the western countries, they don't have the concept of tampo. You know, like, actually, that's, to me, it's just, that's childish. But me, apam, yung mamahalin lang ako at tanggapin kung anong meron mo sa ugali na mo si tampo. Yeah, I know. That's one thing that we just cannot shrug off, actually, the tampo part, because I had tampo before. I used to have it, and I still have it. I think I have it, but I don't know sometimes. Kasi, once I have the tampo, I just tell them, you know what? Yeah, I think I really don't appreciate what you just said, and then have a great day. I don't even talk to him. I don't talk to him, and I was just wondering what's with the silent. Tampo is actually the Filipino silent treatment. We don't do silent treatment. We don't do silent treatment. Yeah, I know guys don't do silent treatment. And you know what? I do a lot of tampo to myself, but then he just don't have that. He just kind of ignore it, I guess. Like, my guy right now, current guy right now, he's probably just a yes or no type. Like, either you want it or you don't. Deal with it. But I just don't like that. No, I don't like the tampo part, because you have to go, sige, breakfast ka lang dyan, sister, habang nagsasalita ako. Kasi I got nothing much to do but then just to dry the clothes, put the clothes in the dryer, and then fold it, and then clean the apartment. So I don't know sino yan. May tumatawag, hindi ko alam kung sino yan. Share ko lang tong live mo. Naku, sister, thank you for sharing the live. I work really hard. I don't know, because there's nothing much else to do. It's just like one of those things where your body is just so used to it. Because I could have like a day off right now, and then after, like, for instance, I have a 3 days off, and then after the second day, I'm just so uh what he does when you get tampo. What he does when he gets up, no, nothing. He doesn't say anything. He would just say, I'm sorry I offended you. And then I said, don't worry about it, not a big deal. I'll just say that, because I don't want to linger too much on the tampo part, because that's not gonna, I mean, come on now, I'm 50 years old. Yeah, oh crap, somebody's calling me from work. I don't know what they want me to do. I hope I'm not getting fired or anything like that. So I'll answer that maybe in like 5 to 10 minutes. But no, because the tampo, maybe it will work for younger women, but it's just kind of ridiculous for older women to be like doing the tampo, because there's no need to be doing the tampo. What are you gonna get from it? You don't look 50. I am 50 years old. I was born in 1972. I just turned 50 like last year. Last year, same month Maria was born. Yeah, but then the thing is, if you do the tampo, what is that gonna get you? Like, I don't think I will get anything from the man if I do a tampo, because whatever I want, probably I could get it myself. Like, I could go Thank you, darling. Thank you, sister. Like, for instance, I wanted something. If I wanted something from a man, I would tell him, hey, I want lunch. Can you get me lunch for like light lunch? Or, oh, can you give me a drink? And then there's nothing wrong with that because, hey, I would do, no, no, not the silent treatment. Don't give me peace. Don't give me peace and quiet. No, no, not the silent treatment. Peace and quiet. I don't know, man. If you have the woman who has the tampo, I think the best way to deal with it is just talk to her. Talk to her in a way that in her level where she can understand, because some women will just do the tampo or dabog just to spite you, and to me there's no reason for you guys to be doing the tampo and irritate one another. I mean, do you really have time to do the tampo and irritate one another? I mean, don't do that, because once you do that, you're kind of like taking the time, you're kind of like wasting energy and time to enjoy each other. Diba? Like, don't you guys agree? Like for instance, if I make tampo to my guy, that will just take a lot of time for me and him to enjoy the day when we're supposed to be having fun and enjoying ourselves. Not like, for probably this is why sometimes marriage doesn't work for some people. They irritate the freak out of themselves. Like, they don't have nothing else to talk about but irritate them. And my date. Hindi ko alam kung date to kasi sa pupunta siya dito mamaya. Alam mo na yun. Gusto niya naman ng karinyo. Yeah, ganun yun eh. Pag day off ko, he comes to my place and then spend time with me. Ganun lang. Kasi hindi kami pwede mag-spend time ng palagi kasi I'm busy, he's busy. So we're just gonna make what's the best. I mean, what best, Like, really, I mean, the tampo is not gonna get you anywhere, especially if you have a white guy. I mean, like, they don't need to be aggravated. They don't need to oh my god, thank you for $2. You don't have to do that, but thank you. Now I'm gonna get paid now. My god. Did you know I never get paid in YouTube for like a year because my views are so low? But then I'm trying to go back to YouTubing again because I just wanna yammer about a lot of stuff. Welcome. Thank you so much, Brian. You don't have to do that, but thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, like especially for Filipina, kung mahilig kayo sa tampo, don't do the tampo anymore as much as you can. You can do tampo if you know that, your reason for the tampo is really, the reasoning for the tampo is really, like legit, like, but then if I were you, I would talk to your afam and say, I didn't really appreciate you saying that, or I really didn't appreciate you, Peter, Barbara, are you the tampo? Are you tampo? I really don't appreciate you saying things like that or doing things like that. Because, it hurts my feelings, or I really don't appreciate. Ganun lang. Kasi ganito yon. Life is really short. This is how I see things. That this is one of the reasons why I don't conform to a lot of rules and regulation about, relationship. Dapat at this age, you should, this at this age you're supposed to be doing this, or you're supposed to be married, you're supposed to be blah 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 blah. I don't believe in that. And to be honest, I'm one of the person who don't believe in, I respect people who are married, you guys, okay, but I don't believe in that thing where you have to be married in order for you to be happy, because you can be happy as you are with yourself or with your partner without signing the dotted line, because that causes problems. I can tell you about it because I work with old people, and with older people, they have a lot of regrets in life. Like, they regret, some of them would tell me that they regret not spending time with their loved ones because they would rather be the stiff upper lip. They don't want to discuss things with a relative or with a spouse or anything like that. But to me, Hey, how are you, Mr. OFW Old Jow? Thank you so much for being here. Um, there are some older people you don't need to be married to live with someone. That's true though. But the only thing that I totally agree with your breath, because I know a lot of people who are married that are not even happy. Like, that are not married. They're married but they're not 100% happy, and that's how it is. Like they said, you go into that. Hello, Sean Williams, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. You go through, because marriage is some sort of sacrilege, I think. Once you sign the dotted line, yeah, Goldie Hawn and Goldie Hawn and, no, was it Goldie Hawn? No, Goldie Hawn is married, not married to Douglas. It's somebody else. uh, what I'm saying is, my friend, hello to everyone who's being here. Thank you for being here. But all I'm saying, I can tell you right now, not everybody who's married is happy. And not, and then I can say, probably, I'm not gonna disagree, but single people sometimes have better choices to be happier, because you can just be with somebody. I mean, you can, if you can put up with somebody. Kurt Russell, there you go. Kurt Russell, yeah, that's right. And oh my God, they're a gorgeous couple. My goodness, they are, and they made good babies too. I mean, beautiful babies. uh I really, like, right now at my age, I don't even look forward to getting married. Like, to be honest, if would actually get married, I'm probably gonna make him sign a prenup. And to me, prenup is a must, especially if you don't have to be a millionaire, you don't have to be a rich person, you don't have to be like, thank you, Fanso, for being here. Brett, thank you for being. Sean Williams and Joel, thank you so much for being here. And Maria, thank you for being here. uh I think this is one of the best advice that I could tell the younger women nowadays, like, especially if you're in the Philippines. You don't necessarily have to be married in a certain age, because you can um you can take care of yourself first. You can, you know um enjoy yourself. You can enjoy company of your good friends. You can travel. You can always, paano ko ba sabihin? My English, I'm running out of English already. Nauubusan na ako ng English. You can improve yourself every day, and try to be happier. And yes, I'm not really saying that we don't need men. I'm sorry. I don't want to say that we don't need men, because to be honest, we need men for certain things. Number one, procreation, and all other things. Because there's no such thing as, and I really hate to say this, but I've seen a lot of women in social media, they claim that, you know, they don't need men. I'm just have to say, you're a fucking liar. How, I'm pretty sure you can say you're against men, but we really do need men still. And Ate Maria's making same mistake. Okay, I don't know what did Maria do? What same mistake? What mistake did she do? But don't you all agree? I mean, like, I really 100% disagree with these women saying we don't need men. We have jobs, like, we don't need men because we work. We can buy whatever. Yes, girl, you can buy whatever you want. You can go wherever you want, places, but sometimes you need somebody to scratch the itch. Sorry, Maria is gonna listen to this. Maria will say something about this, but women don't need a man, daddy, government. Women don't need man, daddy, government. I don't know, but oh, hi, Mommy JD. Thank you for being here. Hello, Texas. How are you all doing? I hope you guys are doing okay in Texas. Uh, it's hot here in Hawaii. It's humid, and we had storm for the past few days. But seriously, I mean, I really respect women who are married to the same men, and men who are actually still married to the same women. And I'm glad that you put up with each other, things like that. But then there are some people that are actually married but unhappy, and I don't know how they put up with that all the time. Like, to me personally, life is really short, and no matter what your financial situation is, um wish your hot weather. Okay, yeah, Sean, oh my god, it's hot in there, but today it's just nice. There's clouds, but then we're sunny. um like, okay, I know some of you probably are married in this room right now, in the chat room right now. um some of you, if some of you are happy, then good for that, good for you guys. But for those really unhappy in your marriage, and I don't know, maybe because marriage is like that, like, you're with the same person for the longest time, and you literally maybe tired or run out of ideas how to make each other happy, and you're like, and being with that person is making you sad, and if it takes a toll in your health. um Maria, I don't understand the meaning of government. I don't know. Tell me, please tell me what government are you talking about. I really wanted to know. But again, if you're not happy, I would say divorce is available. Do it as much as you can. And if you don't really care about the person, I don't think it's a good idea and unhealthy to be with the same person if you're not happy by the time you're like, old. Like, I will say, like, in your 70s and 80s, because as you get older, you get grumpy and you don't have filters anymore. You might say something hurtful to your partner, and you don't want that. So I guess it's better to just, if you're unhappy and grumpy, just talk to the wall instead of, putting up with, just don't you feel sorry for this person. Because, and another thing too, cheating is another thing, and I'm not gonna go to that because I don't judge people on. I don't want to judge people with their, judge people's character because they choose to be unhappy and stick with the same person, and then they choose to cheat. Because if you're the one doing the cheating, also, you're the one is actually, you're cheating yourself, because you're actually temporarily, yes, you get the happiness with your side chick or your side guy, but you're still gonna go home to that the same person that you sign your name with. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm talking about this. I can't believe I'm talking about this, guys. So forgive me if if some of you are watching this and I kind of pushed the button a little bit. But all I can say is life really is really short, and it's not about just raising child. It's not about just raising your kid, or shall we say, be submissive to your husband or submissive to your wife. It's about every day is, you're supposed to be happier every day. Like, it's okay to be sad and it's okay to be not sad. But I don't know, I'm just yammering here because I'm running out of words to say. Who you're talking to is correct. What are you talking is correct. Because, I see it because I work with people who have, and I said before, I see regrets in their faces, and I see them, you know, like, if they could just tell me, just please enjoy your life now while you can, while you still have the energy, instead of staying with the same person you don't care and you don't love anymore. And kumbaga, dapat you're supposed to, wag ka na magpapatumpik-tumpik pa, magpakatotoo ka sa sarili mo. Kaya gusto ko rin sabihin to the younger generation, na hindi sagot, hindi lahat ng sagot sa problema mo ang pag-aasawa. It could be an Apam, it could be Filipino or whoever, but then you have to put, they think that life is not complete. I kind of sort of agree with you, but before I didn't want to have kids myself, but then I got knocked up at 38, 37 years old. And I have a really happy, handsome, smart, almost 13-year-old boy right now, and I think he's the best thing that ever happens to me. He put my life in a 300-degree angle, 360 degrees. I was happier. But at the same time, it's a responsibility. I don't even know what my life going to be if it wasn't for my son. You know, I don't know, or I don't know what my life would have been if I got married and probably have 6 kids. Thank you so much, Maria, for giving me the support, and thank you guys for being here. But having kids is a big responsibility. Once you have it, you really cannot turn your back, and it changed your life around. That's why I would say to the younger ones who wanted an apam, think about it before you have babies. Yes, you will have babies with, brown eyes, golden hair, and but most of the Caucasian Filipino, they don't have the blue eyes. I think it happens more often with two white white parents, I believe. But all I'm saying is, once you have the kids, you really have to put at least 90% of your time raising that kid and making that kid to turn out as a responsible person, and your life change, because it's not about you anymore. And also, ano bang topic natin about the APAM, right? I mean, you really have to pick your APAM properly, and you have to make sure you choose the right one, because a lot of APAMs, I can say I'm pretty sure 90% are good, and 90% of them really genuinely wanted to have a companionship with a Filipina, especially the younger ones. But ligo ka na muna, at I'm gonna, in 7 minutes, I'm gonna go also, because I gotta dry some clothes while the sun is out. No, I'm gonna put them in a dryer. But I have to be honest, when you get older, like I'd say, you cannot take care of yourself anymore. You have to have somebody with you, either you okay, let me just read what fan. So, I only would like to date with a gut foreigner fever. What do you mean you gotta oh my god, Fanso, I have to tell you, you're looking for a Filipina unicorn. Dude, it's 2023. Good luck. Like, what is foreigner fever anyway? I mean, like, what's a foreigner fever? I don't know what's a foreigner fever, but I consider myself as a foreigner too. Yung topic about APAM. I'm not searching. Okay, you're not searching, but you're looking. You're not searching, you're not looking, but you're anticipating. And you know what? I'm telling you right now, our charm will get you eventually. No, I'm kidding. I'm just teasing you. But you're not searching, but that's okay. It's okay. But you know what? I have to tell you, fate is really strong sometimes. Like, you never really know when you meet somebody and say, this person is my person. Thank you, Mommy JD, for being here. I'm gonna go to madali na lang in 7 minutes, because I gotta do things in the house other than yammering here about white guys. My God, what is it actually with the white guys though? I'm not speaking. I'm not speaking in behalf of a lot of other Filipinos, other Filipina or Pinay girls. It's not. It's not about. I don't even know if I can talk about it. It's not about the money, because I'm already here in the Western land for quite a while. I'm already here in US, and I don't need the money because I have a job. It's about the yes or no factor, and I like that in a man. It's a yes or no, and then no pressure, and then the fact that probably they have more open mind compared to my Filipino counterpart, the male counterpart. It's about them. I guess they're more understanding. You said it only because you're already in the US. You just said You just said you don't need. I don't need the money because I have a job. That's my thing. I have a job, Fansel. That's what I'm trying to. What do you exactly mean? I don't need a white guy because of the money, because I already work. I already have a job and I have a really good job, and I don't think I don't think I'm gonna need money from a guy who actually. So if you wouldn't be in the USA, if I wouldn't be in the USA, I'm probably still in the Philippines working. I'm pretty sure. Uh, but I have to tell you, I was just lucky because I came here because my family immigrated here, and I could have married somebody and have 6 kids, but I choose not to because my way of thinking at that time is I have to really take care of me first, than putting every listening to people saying, telling you, especially the relative telling you, go get married, have kids, have family, blah blah blah. But I have other priorities. I don't listen to just what my family will tell me, and I will not gonna listen to a man if they're like bossy, and if they try to tell you to do things for them and you're not really into it. Maybe the Filipino factor, like that. I would say probably partially I'm a little bit more on the Americanized side, but I won't deny I'm still Filipino deep inside. uh yeah. um and I have to tell you, money is something. Question, mommy, you got married and went to, no, Fanso, I'm not married, never been married. I came in the US through the prowess of my parents. I did not came here in the US because of an Afam or a white guy. I didn't date no white guy until I got here in the US. Um, that if that answers your question. But I had to put myself back to school, get a degree in order for me to better my life. Parents are privileged. My parents, yes, my parents brought me here in the early 90s along with my 2 sibs. So that's how I got here. But I'm not talking about me here, I'm talking about like the other Filipinos. If you can see the topic, I'm mentioning the fact that a lot of Filipino women wanted a white guy to marry a white guy, and then I'm giving them a little bit of point of view, or a little bit more of, hint before you choose to date a white guy. And same token, I wanted to emphasize to the white guys, whoever is watching this, that sorry, and go on with the topic. Yeah. So not everybody pretty much are into money, I guess. But I do agree that money is very important factor if you wanted to have a family, you want to raise kids. Coming from a Filipino family, we work our asses off to make our lives better. And even in the same thing in a family in the Philippines, you never really rely on some other people to take care of that. The minute that I step into this country, I my life was not that, you know my life was not that grand. I have to work. As soon as I got my social security card and my green card, they put me to work. And to tell you honestly, it's one of those things that happens to everybody that immigrated here in this country. They go to work, they come here in this country, they work from the bottom to go up. And yeah, it's supposed to be like that though. Like, if you really want to have a good life, I think it has to start manggagaling sa'yo. Like, kung babae ka, manggagaling sa'yo muna. Kailangan meron kang trabaho, you have to have a job, and then ipakita mo rin, show them that you can handle yourself and not just rely. What about yellow guy? What about the yellow guy? I don't know yellow guy. Like, Canada is now the most Pinoy country they want to go. I think because there's a lot of Filipino in Canada, even back then. Before I got here in this country, I know a lot of relatives are in Canada. Also, friends, neighbors who actually have relatives in Canada. I think nowadays they want to go to Canada. They wanted to go Canada because Canada is a lot easier to go to, and from what I heard, Canada is a little bit laid back. Um, compared to the US, where in the US, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the government nowadays. Beginning like in early 2000, after 9/11, it gets harder. It gets harder and harder to get in this country. Like everything, the government, I would say half of it is like paranoid. But then I felt that Canada is a little bit laid back compared to US. And uh, I, okay, US, I don't know, because I would say I'm very thankful to the US, because if it wasn't for the US, I probably not have the chance to get ahead a little. Probably did not. I couldn't do whatever I want to do. You know, get to travel, get to education, and get to work and get paid a little bit better than probably my counterpart in the counterpart counterpart in the Philippines. See, Brad, I tell you, I have the accent there. Um, but there are things in the US that I don't like. Number one is the cost of living is very expensive, especially in certain state. Hawaii is one of the state where they have expensive things. Everything costs really expensive. Like if you go to New York, it's expensive. You go to California and some other states. But I'm pretty sure even though with the expensive stuff, we still have a better we still have a better quality of life here in the US. There are things that I don't like also. Like you said, taxes. For me personally, I don't agree on spending my hard-earned taxes using it to bomb other countries or to nuke other countries or to colonize another country. That, my friend, is one of the things that I don't like. And to be honest, I know some people are gonna get offended with this, but I would say yes, Kana. I don't care for the winter. I need the water every day. Hot water. Come to Hawaii. Hawaii. You know, I'm telling you, I live in Hawaii. I hardly go to the beach anymore because I have to work so that I can pay the government for taxes. But yeah, one thing that I don't like about this country is the taxes that we pay as an American, or whoever is working. Hawaii is expensive, but I live here since 1992 and I survived it. So if I can survive it, I'm pretty sure you can too. Taxes goes to, I don't know, maybe some of you guys can Google it or check. I'm sure probably my facts are actually not are incorrect, but then a lot of money, most money, billions and billions of dollars are spent into the military. And how, and I don't know. Am I gonna censor myself now? But all I'm saying is, yeah, a lot of taxes goes to. You're lucky. 92% means your real estate cheap compared to right now. Nah, actually, when we bought our house, it costs a little bit cheaper. When everything went downhill, um, when everything went downhill in 2008, we bought a house for almost 400 grand, and now the house probably costs about, I'll say 700,000. So yeah, but we bought the house in 2007. Yeah, but don't you think it's a little bit sad? Taxes in the US so much, way too much. It is, Sean. And then it is, I do agree with you guys, because now our house is not really super big, but it's pretty decent. It's a lovely home. But that's true though. Like in every state, I don't know what the tax numbers are. I don't know. You mean the federal tax is for the mentality? I really don't care for. I really disagree with that. I don't believe in nuking other countries. I don't believe in spending so much money on the military. Like, okay, who are we? Yeah, I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people, but that's just me. I don't feel comfortable, working my ass off every day, and then part of that taxes goes into the military for what? Freedom of what? And then now I know that even though I live in the US, everybody might think Everybody might think that the US may be the best country in the world, but then because you're free, you have, because of the freedom, but then with all these taxes and regulations in each state and every year, I don't even believe anymore that this country is free because we're so restricted compared to people probably from Canada, from Mexico, European countries, and everything. They're probably a lot chiller compared to US. And one thing that I noticed, I don't want to talk about politics, but then even the people in that department, they don't get along in many ways. They don't get along. I don't know what they're trying to prove because who's suffering? It's us. There's so many rules in this country. This is ridiculous. Like for a lot of people, an outsider probably will not gonna believe of what I was saying. We're like one of the countries that we don't even, if you look about, we think about the healthcare itself, our healthcare is messed up, you guys. For those taxpayers here in the US, our healthcare is so messed up. I can't believe it because I kind of know what I'm talking about because I work in healthcare, and I'm thinking if now is the worst time, I don't know about the next generation going to be. I don't know what will happen to the next generation. I don't even think about them anymore because I have to think about myself. Like when you think about the last generation before us, the baby boomers, a lot of them are still working. They're working part-time jobs or they're penny pinching. Hi, Mark. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. They're penny pinching. They're couponing. They're trying to rely on social security money to live, and they have mediocre healthcare. Um, Congress President never saw eye to eye. That's it. For government rules, regulations. I don't know. I do not wanna. I don't want to talk about them a lot because we're just gonna go in circles. But all I'm saying is, there's something gotta be done about our system. There's gotta be, they gotta do something more, and get in the middle. I mean, at least meet halfway. Hello, Mark. Thank you for being here. Meet halfway and listen to the people. What's really is the priority? I mean, what's the priority, right? Loss needs to be done. Change the world today, because like, how are we gonna prove ourselves as a better country? How are we going to prove to the world that we are the greatest country if our system is falling apart? Think about that. And like, and then nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. Like, everybody, we look around you. Hello, Marie Shitsu. Magandang umaga sa iyo, sister. We're talking about, we cover a lot now other than talking about Apam. Welcome, Marie the Shitsu. She's a good friend of mine. Visit her channel. And then thank you guys for being here. But don't you all agree that they need to meet halfway? I would say the Democrats and the Republicans and the Libertarian or independent group, they're supposed to be meeting halfway and not argue and pointing finger among each other and saying this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do. They got to do something because we have more problems in our country compared to all around the world. When you look at our own country, we don't even to read her name right. Yeah, I know. She's a dog lover. um how do I say this? Like, in each country, they have problems too. Like Philippines, the problem, I don't get me started with the Philippine government because I don't want to be part of it ever, ever, ever. um they have problems there too, in probably mostly work, people who doesn't have a job, you know benefit the healthcare also is a problem. Environmental issues, one thing that I'm really worried about is the environmental issues. We've done so much damage that if our leaders were not going to meet halfway, I'm not talking just the US, I'm talking about also around the world, we are gonna melt the ice caps tomorrow. And then it's actually starting to melt now, that still nobody cares. So I'm kind of like just preparing myself right now. Like, one of these days we're gonna have a massive storm and it's gonna flood everything. You can see some parts of Florida, some parts of Italy. You go to Venice, you go to Florida, Venice, New York, or lower area of the south are actually into going down underwater. And and and, and I think it's still fixable, and I think we're not doing hard enough in order for us to save this, I will just say, our country first. But then, when you go online and you go to social media, you go see the islands in the Pacific, in the middle Pacific. Some of them are actually, everywhere outside of the world needs a lot of lost to world need to wake up. um like, part of the little islands in the middle Pacific, that's also including Hawaii, you guys, are actually going down. Like, the sea level is just going higher and higher. And a lot of people that wasn't really aware of it. But one of my simple solution is just plant more trees. That's the very basic. Take care of your environment. I'm not saying that I'm gonna start like planting trees in the sidewalk or everything like that, but each one of us has to do our part. I'm guilty because my car is actually still running on gas. I don't have electric car because I can't afford it. Again, whose fault is that? It's not my fault because I can't afford it. um Maria, so planting more palm trees. I would love to do tree planting back home. And I'm not even gonna go deal with the problems in the Philippines of flooding and everything. But that is actually preventable if we could just, meet halfway and think about it. Oh, Armani's here. Thank you so much for being here, Armani, if you're here. um Look at your environment around you. Don't you guys like think it's getting hotter and hotter, warmer and warmer. It's too warm in the summer and then it's too cold in the winter. And then there are times that mahaba ang puno. Oo, mahaba puno. And to be honest, we could do better, I guess. We could help each other through just, I don't know. Ay, Kuya Pudi, how are you? Aloha. Good morning, good afternoon, Kuya. Wala, Kuya, topic ko lang yan. Kanina pa namin pinag-uusapan yung usapang apam kasi wala na akong matopic. My phone ran out of memory, so I can't really, welcome, Foodie A1C, my handsome older, okay, my handsome brother from California. California. Hello, California. We're talking about APAM earlier, like, share stream, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Mainit-init. No, right? Crocker, Iggy Hops. Oh, bago na naman ang pangalan mo, Armani. Hi, Marie. Thank you for being here, Kuya. I know you're busy with your life. Hello to Team Puday. I haven't been. Are you guys still doing live streaming? Could you guys please invite me with your live stream? If anybody will do a live streaming with whoever group, please invite me. Even if I'm working, I will definitely gonna say something and then make my presence known. So yeah, we've been talking a lot. We've been covering a lot of stuff earlier. Kanina pa. We're talking about APAM. We're talking about retirement. I have not been live for a while. Well, Brett, you gotta do a live stream and you gotta do some topic. We can talk about a lot of stuff on and on and on and on and on. But you just have to start somewhere. I'm still active in YouTube. We haven't had live this year yet. Oh, Kuya, mag-live ka once in a while, especially madaling araw, para makapunta naman ako so I can go invite the whole. I don't have the StreamYard anymore. I stopped it because I'm not using it because I'm just too busy with work all the time. But would love to visit your live stream and talk to the gang. My God, these are like my family. I miss the I really miss the lokohan whatsoever and the balitaan. But wala naman ako masyadong mababalita. I don't have anything to say because all I do is just work and go get some plans and cook and eat and sleep. But now I had a chance. And I wanna say thank you again, guys, for being here. You guys are so gracious, and I really thank you for being here. So, where is everybody from? Kuya Foodie is from California. Maria Rosario is in Macau. Brett is in uh, Washington, and Sean is in Oregon. Aren't you, Sean? You're from Oregon. And then Fanso, I don't even know where you're from. And Mark, I'm not sure where you're from. And yeah, I usually do live stream a lot before back in the day. But then, oh, you're German. Guten Tag. So you're actually German, or what are you? I know you're a human being with a heart, whatever, things like that. But your Sean is in Illinois, Chicago. Guten Tag. Good morning. Aloha being here. We'll talk about a lot of stuff again later. Drop a comment on my video, watch my shortest video, and leave me a comment, and we'll talk later. Aloha, thank you for being here. We have Foodie, thank you so much. Mark, Fanso, thank you so much for being here. Brett, Maria, Marie, whoever else is here. Um, Maria, thank you so much for being here also. Thank you for sharing my video. I gotta go now. I have to eat lunch with a good friend of mine. I love you all. Shan, you have a great day. Kuya Pudi, aloha. Usap tayo next time. Okay, thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye.